Hello, League. This is your Commissioner, Commissioner Coates, coming to you with the 2024 State of the League Address. To start off, I wanted to begin by just congratulating Dawson Taylor on an incredible season, winning the regular season and then going on to win the Cowboy Cup as well, a feat that had never been accomplished before. He took home almost the entire pot. Um, really just an incredible run by him. He formed a dominant team. It seemed like after the All-Star break, there was no stopping him. It was pretty clear cut that he had the best team. And, um, he kicked my butt in the championship. And there's nobody I'd rather hand the trophy off to than Mr. Taylor. So congrats, Dawson, on an incredible season, the most dominant team we've ever seen, and might be a while before we ever see someone dominate the league in a fashion like that again. So, congrats to Dawson. 2023 was another fantastic year for the league. We kicked it off with a boom with Allen's Girl Scout punishment. Followed that up with our first ever live draft, which was pretty fun. Really, I don't think it could have gone much smoother, considering it was our first time ever doing it. And then throughout the year, there was tons of drama. The 7 playoff spots came down to the last day. The last place came down to the last day too. There were 3 guys in contention for it, and obviously Brock ended up as our big loser. And I'm looking forward to his Dora punishment tomorrow. Really one of the best years we've ever had in the league, and very excited for us to move on to 2024. The first thing to be excited about for this next season is we're welcoming a new manager to the league. Very excited to have Mr. Colton Fields joining us. I think he's a great addition to the league. I think that it won't take him long to get his footing and be competitive with us. And just in general, excited to see Colton get more into baseball and get a little bit more active in our daily conversations in the group me. Really think he's going to be a great member for the league. Other than that, there's a ton to be excited for this upcoming year. It's our first year with keepers. I think that's going to be an absolute game changer for the league. I think it levels the playing field between our elite managers and some guys who maybe tend to finish outside the playoffs. Having a solid building block for your team, unless you're Chuck, is just a game changer. I'm really excited to see which strategy pans out the best. Is it going to be the guys who keep early round studs, or is it going to be the guys who find that late round value? Maybe there's not like a consensus best approach. Maybe we see some mixed success for those different strategies. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. Then after the season, are people going to switch up their keepers? Are they going to try to find a new player to build their team around, or are people going to keep the same player? Like, will Connor make Ohtani the foundation of his team for the next decade? But I'm really interested to see exactly how it all plays out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Another great thing to look forward to this season are all the accountability checks. Austin, Orms, Nikki, they did a great job hosting the podcast this off season. And one thing that they did really well was getting guys to hold themselves accountable. I think the accountability checks this year are blowing last year's out of the water. Connor going to potentially take a couple managers to Valhalla for a round of golf. Nikki might end up taking 6 guys for a round of golf. Graham is buying steak dinner for at least 6 people, maybe. Henry could get a professional photo shoot for everybody with Liam. High dollar items on the line here. Guys really are confident in themselves, which I love to see. And it's going to be really, really fun next off season with all these bet payoffs because, there's only 7 playoff teams. So, there's going to be 4 or 5 guys missing the playoffs and holding themselves accountable with some high pressure accountability checks. So very excited to see how all that plays out too. Now every year in the State of the League address, I call out 2 managers. Last year, I challenged Austin to take that next step in his managerial career and make the playoffs. And he did just that. So congrats to Austin on, shutting me up and proving me wrong and proving that you're a top 7 manager in this league. So great job to him. The other guy that I called out was maybe a little bit surprising at the time, but I called out fellow Sneech, Dawson Taylor. And we already talked about what he accomplished last year. I think before last year he had only, I don't know if he had ever won a playoff matchup. So to see him win the regular season, win 2 playoff matchups, be the first manager to win the Cowboy Cup and regular season was incredible, and he certainly answered my challenge times 10, So this year I'm going to call out 2 new managers, and the first one is Chris Carlin. Now, Chris talks a big game. I don't think anybody in the league talks more trash than him. But he has had 0 success when he wasn't being co-managed by Dawson and when he wasn't gifted Ohtani by Henry. Those are the 2 only seasons that he made the playoffs, and he had a lot of help in both of them. So it's time for Carlin to put up or shut up. Make the playoffs on your own, or stop talking all that trash in the group me. It's time to back it up. The second manager that I want to call out could also be an unexpected one. It's another Sneech, and it's Connor Taylor. Now, I have a lot of respect for Connor as a manager. He has made the playoffs every year since 2020. Not many guys can say that. Last year I was very vocal in calling out his picks. I thought that they were bad. I even said that I think he would miss the playoffs. And he proved me wrong. He went undefeated through the first rotation of the schedule. And obviously he ended up making the playoffs. But I'm calling out Connor because outside of his 2020 Mickey Mouse season run, I don't know if he's ever won a playoff matchup. Maybe one. So this is kind of a prove it year for Connor in my eyes. Are you a top 3 manager in this league? If you are, you got to start by winning at least one playoff matchup this year. If you want to go crazy and do what Dawson did and just, run the whole league, you can try that too. But I'd be satisfied with just seeing one playoff win out of you. Now, obviously, we're in communication a lot throughout the off season with the podcast and with just all the poker nights and other stuff that we do. So I feel like everybody's pretty in tune with what's going on in the league, and everybody knows the rules. They're all listed in the league chat or in the description. So if you ever forget what those rules are, check them out. Rule number 1, there's no rules. You know the rest. Running out of time here on my TikTok, so let's have a great night of basketball tonight. Let's all stay healthy, have fun, and let's have a great draft tomorrow, a great punishment for Brock. Can't wait to see everybody, and it's going to be another great year. Can't wait to win it and, be the only manager with 3 championships. For now, it's Commissioner Coates. That's all I have for you. Let's have a great year, great draft.